And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, Epic VeVe live stream. Today, we just have one drop. Today, we have the first appearance of Buzz Lightyear. Shout out to everyone joining the live stream today. We got Shaw Go in the building early today. Good morning, fam. We got Rich Buddy. Good luck on the drop, Johnny. Going back to bed for this one. Shout out to Rich. Thank you for tuning in today. Looks like Rich is passing on the drop today. I'm going to be going over the details, what this drop looks like, the edition count, my thoughts on this drop, and if I'm going to be going for this drop or if I'm going to be skipping this drop today. I'm going to be going over a couple different things. Super Simono, good afternoon. I think I'll go for this one. Shout out to Dudes. Good morning, fam. Let's dive right into the details. Let me know in the chat, guys. Are you guys excited for this drop? Or are you... I've heard a couple, I've heard like mixed reactions on this one. Disney and Pixar's Lightyear Alpha Suit series. So that tells me right off the bat, if this is the Alpha Suit series, I don't know what the other suits are called, but I'm sure we're going to get different series. Series 2, 3, I don't know what the other suits are. But this is always going to be the first one. Now, I heard mixed reactions. A lot of people wanted the old school Buzz Lightyear. I kind of did as well, too. Growing up a fan of Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear Woody. I would have liked to have the OG Buzz, but I mean, this one looks pretty good too. Now, this one is from their release. Now, this says it's an exclusive drop too, so that tells me that no other platform is going to have this Buzz Lightyear, the one that's celebrating 2022 June film Lightyear. Let me know also, did anybody go see the movie? I actually did not see this movie. The last movie I did see was the Jurassic Park movie, the double feature. I mean, Buzz Lightyear is a big deal. First appearance of Buzz Lightyear. I think some people probably wanted some kind of animation with the ultra rare. Maybe like the shield pops up and over or something like that. But this is the common. I think this is going to be one of those collectibles where we get in our showroom, we get in our collection, and we look at the details. And we're kind of blown away with the details. It's already kind of looking like that. The closer up I look at the suit, looks like it's kind of worn down a little bit. I like that. Also, after I go over these details, I'll let you guys know if I'm going for the drop or if I'm passing on the drop. Woke up today with a little bit of a sore throat again. I did yesterday too. But then throughout the day, it got a little bit better. So sorry if I don't bring all the energy today. Let's see. We got a common and then a rare. Interesting. Okay, so no uncommon. It's a $60 list price, so they're all going to be $60. It is a blind box today, so you don't have the option to go for the ultra rare. It's kind of a little bit of a gamble there. We got 8,766 editions for the common. We have 5,212 for the rare. I've been wondering, too, why they may skip some rarities. What makes this one? I wonder just what they were thinking, like what goes through the process of picking a rare or the uncommon, et cetera, et cetera. And does that mean that we could get airdrops in the future? Just a little speculation there. We have seen big IP brands like the Jurassic Park give airdrops and kind of some utility. So just awesome to see the big IP doing that. You never know what you're going to get. That's why I think it's so important, too, to collect what you love. That way, your collection is not based on speculation in the future or whatever the case is, future utility speculation. You got the stuff that you love. So whatever happens in the future, it's just a bonus. We have the rare 5,212 editions, so almost half of the common. Pretty cool pose there. And then the big one here, the ultra rare. So we only have 3 rarities. Good to know. Common, rare, ultra rare. This has 2022 editions. If you get this last mint, guys, this will go for a fortune, in my opinion. One, because it's the last mint. Last mints are usually a little bit more desirable than a random mint. Those first, I would say, depending on how many they take, the first, really any 3-digit, 2-digit mint usually does pretty well. And then, of course, the very last mint. And because the last mint is a special mint number, 2022 is the year that this movie is based on. It's not the year of the Toy Story movie, but this Buzz Lightyear is from Lightyear, the movie that came out this year. I'll take those odds. That's the name of this one. Let's see what the odds are. It's a 1 in 8.14. So basically a 1 in 8 chance getting the ultra rare today, which is pretty solid. You guys probably have, we have a better chance at getting the ultra rare today than some of the secret rares, most of the secret rares. I think it's like a 1 in 40 something chance of getting a secret rare comic. So 1 in 8, pretty solid. Now, the only downside about this drop, I would say you have a 1 in 1.8 chance, basically a 1 in 2 chance of getting the common, 1 in 3 chance basically getting the rare. Now, because it's a $60 list price and not like a $40, $30 list price, I do think that the commons could come out under retail for this one right away. Now, again, once we pick things back up in the market, the economy, right now I think the economy has a big factor of why the market is down. Markets are down all over. It's just not in the VeVe app. It's all crypto. A lot of the stocks, like, just the economy is not doing great right now. So until that picks back up, or I should say when that picks back up, I do see something like, the drop we just had, Boba Fett. I see that one doing extremely well. I see something like the FA of Buzzlight going to do extremely well. No matter what, even if this doesn't have any kind of animation, even if it comes out, under retail, whatever the case is, even if the rare comes out under retail, this is one of those collectibles where if you're a huge fan of Buzz Lightyear, even Toy Story, I'd say, just because this isn't the same Buzz from Toy Story, I'm sure we'll eventually get that OG suit one day or whatever you want to call it, but it's still Buzz Lightyear at the end of the day. First appearance, so I think long term, this is going to be a fine collectible. Just depends on how long you can hold for. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These are my opinions only. But in my opinion, this is probably a solid long term hold collectible. Kind of same with the Boba Fett. Like, even if they're under retail right now. Shout out to Getsy. Getsy, I just saw a tweet from him. I think it was a tweet the other night or a couple nights ago. He said something about, let me see if I can find it. It was a great tweet. And tweets like this help maybe new users or even veteran people who have been here for a while kind of just remember that things that are under retail usually don't stay under retail forever. If it's a pretty, well-known, in-demand, highly popular collectible. Yes, here it is. Shout out to you, Getsy. Getsy says, memories. Let me just bring it up on Twitter. I always forget I can just bring things up on Twitter like this. Shout out to everyone in the chat. How we doing, fam? How we doing? I think it's in my likes. Also, shout out to Minta Locks, my guy with the shout out the other day. Appreciate you, brother. Also, congrats on the ultra rare Boba Fett. Love to see it. Love to see it. Not sure if you're tuned in or not, but if you are, shout out to my guy. Also, I feel like you can kind of tell the popularity of some of these drops depending on a couple different things. If you're in the VeVe app and you go into the drop and you see there's maybe only like a couple hundred comments, like there's right now only 200 comments, only 700 likes. Not that popping. Like sometimes these big collectibles, big drops, they'll have, close to 1,000 comments, maybe even over 1,000 comments. So you can kind of just gauge by the activity on there, go in there, see what people say. Obviously, some people are joking in there, but you can kind of get an overall sentiment. Also, the other thing is, like, see how many people tune into the live streams. If not that many people are tuned into the live stream, that will usually tell you it's not maybe the most popular drop. Sometimes when we have some big Disney drops, this is a Disney Pixar drop, but I think most of the time it's just because it's not an animated collectible. Could you imagine if they surprise us and the ultra rare comes out animated? Now that would be under promising, over delivering. So I don't want to hype it up and say the ultra rare is animated. I have no idea. It doesn't look like it is. So, but reading the description actually has me kind of thinking. It says, ready for anything. Buzz Lightyear springs into action in this dynamic 3D full color figure. Oh, could the ultra rare be animated, guys? Could the ultra rare be secretly animated? That would be a different story now. Read the description and you guys tell me in the chat. Do you think it is or it's just the wording? Dynamic. What does dynamic mean? Moving, right? I don't know. I didn't think this was actually going to be animated at all. Just didn't look like an animated one, but the description tells me otherwise. Man, that would be insane. Now that would throw a whole different perspective to this drop, I feel like, in my opinion. I think anyone that was probably on the fence of this one, maybe not going for it, etc., I think they'd be like, wow, let me get this, or kind of wishing that they did go for the drop. The description says, ready for anything, comma, right there, I should tell you that. Be ready for anything. Buzz Lightyear springs into action. So springs kind of gets me thinking that, but it could have just been the way the pose is. Kind of looks like it's kind of like flying or springing into action. So it could have been it. But this word right here springs into action in this dynamic 3D full color figure. So something's got to be moving on it, right? Interesting. I'm going to write a comment in here saying dynamic under the ultra rare with eyes, the eye emoji. Kind of hope this comes out animated. I'll clip that. I'll be like, oh, alien. 49 minutes to the drop. This is what Getsy was saying the other day. Yep. All right, cool. You guys can say it. This is memories of VeVe FUD from last year. Memories of VeVe FUD from last year when I was picking these up for 25 to 35 gems. Wish I could go back and get a large stack of undervalued collectibles again. Oh, wait. Let's check out the picture. Looks like Getsy got a bunch. Looks like he's got 2 left. He's got and I did the same exact thing, probably for the exact same price. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, the common Spider-Man. This is insane. So this is the first ever Marvel NFT. The first ever Spider-Man in digital format. This came out August 7th of 2021. Obviously, the different rarities, the secret rare, etc. I think the secret rare is still flowing around 20K, which is amazing. But this was $30. I think it even might have been like $20 at some point. I remember I got 10 of these. I was like, this is the first ever Spider-Man. This is the first appearance of Spider-Man. The first ever Marvel NFT. You can Google that. It pops up, this Spider-Man. And so it's still $200. People can say, yeah, the floors, crashed, etc. Yeah, the floors were like crazy high, like maybe 600, 700, etc. But they retraced, and he got this one early. $31. Imagine getting 10, 20. Maybe you had $3,000 to spend, and you got, all the Spider-Man with $3,000 for $30. And yeah, things crashed, but you're still profiting $200 on every single one. Maybe 170, 150 after taxes, etc. But still, $200 floor, amazing. Now that Spider-Man, think about it this way, right? Floors have crashed all over, right? And it's still at $200. So look at some of these collectibles. Maybe now I don't know if every single NFT on VeVe that they release is gonna, go crazy. They're going to constantly release NFTs. So that's why I've always been focused more so on those collectibles that I love and ones that I think the whole world will value. The Batman, the Superman, the Spider-Man, the iconic big IP stuff. Now, that's just my opinion. Everyone has different strategies, things that they're into, between like the artist collectibles, the big IP collectibles. Everything has its own niche, right? I think everything will have its time. I'm a big fan of some of the fine art stuff too. I just think it's a safe bet for a big IP, because think about like anybody coming to the app, right? When they find the app, they probably already know Spider-Man, already see value in a Spider-Man, Batman, Superman type thing, instead of trying to convince them of this new artist or whatever the case is that they may not know of. So I would look around. If you're thinking about picking up things in the market right now and you're like, what's a good deal? It seems like everything's a good deal right now in the market, but things I focus on were big IP. I just feel like that's always going to be something that's valuable. First appearance is usually a safe blanket, but not every collectible needs a first appearance. I always talk about the Steamboat, Willie, the ultra rare. All those rarities, really, I think will do great. And that doesn't have the FA, but that's the first appearance of Mickey Mouse in real life. So any Disney fan's going to understand, Steamboat, Mick, Steamboat, Willie. So yeah, awesome pickup, Getsy. Glad to see you still got 2 left. I only have 1 of these left. I had 10 of these. Now, when Walt Disney came, I had to let some go. I didn't want to. I was letting go so many duplicates. I depleted my FA Joker bag, my FA Harley bag, my FA Captain America bag. I had a lot of duplicates, but I felt like getting something as iconic as a duplicate Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse FA, I had to make it happen. So, but that's why we get duplicates too, to eventually profit on them, swap them for other things. So shout out to Getsy. There's another thing I kind of wanted to do on Twitter today. I'm going to get to some comments, I guess, before I do it. But I kind of just want to. I do this all the time. I'll just search VeVe, go into the latest, and just kind of go through, see what people are talking about VeVe, and that's where I'll retweet a lot of things. So I kind of just want to go through there and just together kind of look through different things. Also, it's a way to where if you want to get a little bit of a shout out, just hashtag VeVe, and then either post a crazy picture of your collectibles in augmented reality or whatever the case is, right? And then that way I can shout you out a little bit. The biggest bro, good morning, good morning. Dubes is not too excited about this drop. Thought I would be. Yeah, I feel the same way, Dubes. I thought, FA Buzz Lightyear would be pretty wild. I feel like, it's just the edition count. It's not, crazy limited or anything super rare. And as of now, it's not really animated. So unless they kind of surprise us, which it does look like they could surprise us. Now, I'm not saying they are because I kind of want to, echo their under promise, over deliver emphasis. But that would be a cool little surprise. I feel like that would definitely get the excitement. It is an exclusive drop. I think that's kind of going under the radar a little bit. And that tells me that there's just never going to be another Buzz Lightyear collectible available on another platform that's being released from the movie. Now, maybe the OG one, I have no idea, but this one from the movie is always going to just be on the VeVe app, so that's pretty solid. Let me know in the chat. I didn't get to all the chats yet, so maybe you guys already let me know, but let me know, what do you guys think? Do you think that Ultra Rare is going to be animated? It's a 1 in 8 chance of getting it. The only reason why I'm thinking that is from the description. It says, ready for anything. I kind of got my eye right there. Buzz Lightyear springs into action in this dynamic 3D collectible. The dynamic word kind of got me thinking, like, could it be animated? Bobby Green, how we doing? How we doing? Tucson saying it's not selling out. It may not sell out instantly, Tucson. Now, there's really not that many editions, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Let me just kind of take a quick look at the edition count. 5,000 for the rare. 8,000, almost 9,000 for the common. 2,000 for the ultra. Really not that many. Really not that many editions. Like 15K maybe, give or take, rough estimate. Chris Infinity, I bought on the secondary. I'm feeling like the same way right there, Chris. Now, my decision for this is probably going to skip the drop on this one. I don't have that many gems right now. I think I only have like 200 gems. I could go for the drop, but still just trying to add some gems. There's a couple things I still want to target. I still want to get the last secret rare poster set. Or not poster set, the Disney lenticular card castle that I don't have. Maybe the Boba Fett ultra rare is so low right now. I think that's just an absolute steal. Anything in like the low 200s, I think as soon as we have another bull market, something like a Boba Fett, any of the Star Wars FA collectibles, I think will be big time. Now, the only things that'll probably hurt that is like when a Luke Skywalker drops. That's going to be an iconic drop. Luke Skywalker, Yoda, like there's a couple that I feel like that are just unbelievable. They're just going to do really, really well. So, but yeah, this drop I feel like isn't a must go for me. I'd rather just pick up like a FA Buzz common or rare under retail for maybe like half off or whatever the case is, where however low it goes. If the common comes out and it stays above retail, I'd be kind of shocked just by the way the market is in the sentiment. Shocked in a good way. It'd be a good sign for sure. Super Rush. See your comment in there on the common. It's kind of how I'm feeling. Like if the common comes out, ends up being like $30 or something crazy, like I'll just add one to the showroom, I already have a lot of dynamic animated collectibles. I would love to add a animated Buzz Lightyear if we had an animated one. Simone, please tell me you're skipping this drop. I know you got burnt on that common, Bubba. Learn from your mistakes. Yeah, shout out to Simone. I don't know if I really got burned by it. That was kind of my theory going into it, Simone. But yeah, I am going to be passed on this drop. As you guys know, I would say for the last couple of months now, I've only been going for like drops that I absolutely love. There's been a lot of drops where I just come on the live stream and I don't end up going for the drop. Kind of just talk with the fam, see how everyone's doing. But most of the time, I'll skip the drop, guys, if it's not something that I see really, really valuable or something that I feel like is going to pop off. Like sometimes if we get like the Darth Vader, even in the down market, that's still going to go crazy. I got mine for like 800 or 900, popped off to like 3K, came back down to like 1600. I think it's at like 1600 right now. I know Todd's pretty low too. Todd's retracing. It's like 1.6K. I think it's going to get to a certain point, and people are just going to come in and swoop up maybe 5 or 10 of these. That's what it is. I mean, you got to think too. The whales are just seeing, okay, the market's bleeding out. How low is it going to go before I come in and swoop everything up? Because they don't want to come in, swoop everything up, and then have it keep dropping on them. So I think they're just trying to see how much blood can be in the water, you know, before they come in and swoop everything up. I'm just going to go down to the Star Wars tab, find Darth, see what Darth's at. I think it's probably around, it was at like 1800 for a while. Then came back down to maybe like 1600. Let's see. The ultra rare 1.4K. Okay, so it did dip a little bit from 1.8, 1.4, 1.5. Stuff like that I see doing really, really well in the next bull run. Yeah, Woody didn't pump enough for me to think this will do well. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Woody, Buzz Lightyear, pretty iconic Pixar collectibles in my opinion. I love the fact that we only have the one FA Woody. I think that's going to do great long term because of that. Now, for me, like I'm okay completely adding just the common Buzz, for cheap. I think I'm going to be passing on drop. Like I said, Toy Story 10 equals bomb. I haven't seen any of the new Toy Stories, Tucson. What do you think of the new Jurassic Park movie, dudes? Good question. Let me know, too, in the chat. Did anybody go see the double feature Jurassic Park? I was just talking about the other night, too. I love the first original Jurassic Park. One of my favorite movies, probably. I don't know why. I just loved it so much. And seeing it on the big screen, too, I thought it was awesome. I've never seen the first Jurassic Park on the big screen. And seeing the newest movie come out right after it definitely made a lot more sense. I've seen the Jurassic Worlds though, so you may be a little bit lost if you haven't seen the Jurassic Worlds, but you don't really need to. Just helps out a little bit. I feel like it wasn't as bad as everybody says, because I would say the majority of the reviews, dudes, I've heard on this new Jurassic movie, The World Dominion, it was like absolutely horrible, worst movie ever. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, it wasn't that bad. I didn't love the movie. Especially if I saw it alone by itself, I'd be like, it's kind of pretty let down. But how many movies can you make about Jurassic Park at the same time, too, right? I don't think anything's going to be as great as that first one. But seeing the first one and then the double feature, like then the new one, I love that aspect of it. I would say there's some weird parts in it. I think the reason why most people didn't love it is because there's like different side plots going on that I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it. But there's like kidnapping going on, and that's kind of like a main part of the movie. There was one part that really kind of threw me off, and I was like, why is this in here? Are they kind of like foreshadowing, or I don't know if anyone's familiar with the book 1984. If you aren't, I would maybe research it, and if you are, so crazy that this was in the movie. So real quick, without ruining any kind of parts, there's one of the people from the cast Jurassic Park's trying to like get to a cave to unlock this gate because the rest of the crew's like trapped and the dinosaurs in there. The guy gets to the gate. There's a passcode. He's like, there's like 10,000 possibilities. What's the code? 1984. And nobody else in the theater called this, but I was like, what? Why would he say 1984? I was like, what? So if you guys, and that was the right code, and that was the one that worked. Just research the book 1984 and like what it's about and kind of where we're going in the world. Just real, just a conspiracy theory out there. It was a little shocking that I saw that, but yeah, dudes, did you see this movie? The new one? I didn't mind it though, because I love all Jurassic Park movies. VeVe is having fun with us this week. Shall go? Let's go. Why do you say this, Tucson? VeVe's having fun with us this week. And who knows what they could drop next, right? A lot of people have been speculating, hoping for an Amazing Fantasy 15 drop. I think mainly too, just because we just had the anniversary of, I think, Spider-Man. The first ever Marvel NFT came out August 7th, 2021. So I always thought maybe they surprised us, like a 1-year anniversary of the first ever Spider-Man in digital format, the first ever Marvel NFT. Because if you Google that, first ever Marvel NFT, VeVe pops up and that drop pops up. So what if they surprise us? I feel like it wouldn't be the 7th, because I feel like there'd be a little bit of an announcement already. Like Amazing Fantasy 15, something that I feel like it's like a week-long hyped up event, you know? So it's Wednesday, Thursday. If it really is this Sunday, I feel like we'd have to know by minimum Friday. I would think today or tomorrow. The market would just crash. But the thing is, too, when there's that much hype and speculation, oftentimes they won't, and they'll kind of surprise us for a little bit later. It'll be an interesting move if we don't see Amazing Fantasy 15 this month. What happens to the market? This is one of the biggest stinkers. Hey, solid come ups right there, Simone. Get some profits in. What's it at right now? Like 220 something? If it dips below 200 somehow, like I'm not even thinking twice. I'm locking 2 in. Like, but it's already so low. 240. And like the way I am with some of these collectibles is like, if I like the character, but I feel like it's not a must-have for me right now, the ultra rare, secret rare, I'll go for the drop, kind of like this Boba Fett. And if I get one of the commons or one of the smaller rarities, I'm still locking in FA Boba Fett, and that's fine with my collection. And then if it goes on to retail, like I don't plan to sell it anyway, so I'm just holding it. Now, if I was going for flipping only for some of the drops, like that's one I'd probably stay away from. Any of the ones that you're kind of gambling on, I usually stay away from for that reason. It's got to be something like the ones that I feel like even if they drop a comment, it'll go above retail. Some of the Star Wars characters. I said it last live stream, but I feel like people always kind of want to, hear my thoughts on this. When they drop Luke Skywalker, that's going to go crazy. If that goes under retail, people are going to stack like crazy. It's Luke Skywalker, right? Like Luke Skywalker, Yoda, Baby Yoda. Then you got ones too like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like when we start seeing those would be good too. But I feel like the ones that are guaranteed, Luke Skywalker and Yoda, those are going to be guaranteed crazy collectible drops. Bubba being under retail makes me have hope for every collectible under retail. That is a big sign right there, dudes, because Bubba is definitely a big IP. Anything Star Wars is usually pretty big. Got energy in the building. How we doing, energy? I could see them doing that. Is this about the animated ultra rare? It's got me thinking, dudes. Like, I don't want to go for the drop just for that because there's a good possibility you hit the common anyway. But if you get that ultra rare buzz, it's only 2,000 editions. That'll be a big collectible right there. Right now, Steamboat Willie, the only animated collectible without animation logo in top right. Ooh, okay, good to know, Joe Phoenix. I didn't realize that. Good to know. I'm gonna kind of take a look at that animated Mickey. Steamboat Willie, if anyone's unaware. This is the Mickey Mouse NFT collection, Series 1. I think this whole series is going to be big. Even when they drop Series 3 one day, I'm sure it'll be pumped up and then come back down. But like long term, when I think of iconic stuff, this says the Mickey Mouse NFT collection. And then you have Series 1, 2, 3, stuff like that I feel like will be absolutely iconic. Especially once all this stuff is interoperable. Could you imagine that? Ultra rare. Yeah, most of them do say animated. Good to know. So this ultra rare Steamboat, Joe Phoenix is saying this is the only one that doesn't say like the animated logo. Do you guys think this ultra rare Buzz could be the same way? I don't know. I could see this being just like a flying type Buzz, static in the air. But that's static. This literally in the description says dynamic. Is it Comey in the YouTube channel right now? Can we get a little teasers? Can we get a little hints? Sounds like JD is talking himself into going for it. I kind of am right there, dudes. That's hilarious. You said that. I'm trying to stag another Vader Ultra. That's a safe play in my opinion. No, it's just dynamically Buzz. He's buzzing. That's hilarious. Yeah, it could not be, right? Could just kind of be the wording in the description. I think you a lot have convinced me to skip this drop. I think you all have convinced me to skip this drop. I only avoid the worst of the worst drops. This one is one I am skipping. Shout out to Tucson. Shout out to everyone who is going for this drop. Again, just because some people are skipping this drop, guys, if you like this collectible, if you just want to add it to your collection, there's nothing wrong with it, because I mean you could get lucky, right? You could, get a little ultra rare action. I think for me though, I don't have a lot of gems. Like if I had like 5,000 gems, 10,000 gems, 50,000 gems, my situation would be a little bit different. I would kind of just have fun on the drop sometimes and just probably just for the show, just for YouTube, just go for it. But gotta be a little more disciplined with the gems nowadays. It's definitely a snag right there. And oftentimes there's things in the market that you could snag that ends up being a huge come up. Which one are you looking for, JD? Dubes, what's this question about? 15 minutes ago. Oh yeah, it's the lenticular cards. So the only one I need is probably like the most expensive one. This came down a lot though, and I think it could keep coming down. It's the very, very first one. It's like the night show with the lights without Elsa or the other people in there. Amazing. I forget. Let me see what it's called here. Oh, I guess they closed the market. Interesting. Okay, so today they closed the market. I wonder why. Some days it is, some days it's not. Interesting. Yeah, market's closed. You know how it's been open lately? I wonder why that is. Yeah, let me show you, dudes. Amazing Nighttime, I think it's called. I just got to go into the name of it different way here. Yeah, Amazing Nighttime Spectacular. What's the floor? It doesn't show me the floor here. Yeah, that's the only one I'm missing. Got the others. And that's going to be a crazy MCP, Master Collector Program, set. I got the poster set too, and that's going to help out with MCP points big time. JoJo, secondary for me. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Is the ultra rare going under $100? I don't know if things settle. Local scalper. Yeah, that's a steal. You definitely keep an eye on Todd, but I want a Vader too. That's a struggle. Sometimes, sometimes it can be a hard decision to make. Are you going for this big IP, this big, blue chip, or this big Grail collectible, or this one? Like, there's so many deals. Doom 6 Vader over Todd for him. It's a tough one. I think it could go either way. I think Todd maybe long term, maybe when you're talking like years, like 3, 5, especially more than that, I think Todd will win. But up until that point, when Star Wars fandom comes to VeVe, instantly they're going to be like ultra rare Vader. Like they'd probably like that one. But then maybe once they find out, oh, this is the first ever Batman, first ever DC NFT, first ever collectible in VeVe, that's just going to grow with VeVe, I think. It's sort of like the VeVe logo. I think that's something that's going to kind of grow with the app. It's almost like stock in the app, in my opinion. Squirrel Girl. Yeah, I don't know too much about that comic. Mubarak in the building. How we doing? Mubarak? Wow, 1.4. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely one I may be looking at as well, too. It's tough. Like stacking gems, stacking collectibles. I think it is important to always have liquidity. That's easier said than done, of course, though, too, because as soon as you start saving up for something, when you get halfway there, all these other collectibles start looking appealing to you and being like, wow, this is a deal, this is a deal, this is a deal. But you got to do what your heart's at, That way, at the end of the day, you're getting stuff that you love. Like there's some things that I got early on, maybe just for the MCP points or whatever the case is, and I don't regret it because it's all being rewarded to you retroactively. So, for example, like I look at the Toby set, right? Shout out to everyone who's holding on to Toby. I'm not trying to FUD this one because I end up planning to flip it. But like that's a set that I grabbed because it was so cheap. Got the MCP points for having the secret rare, the full set in there, but that's not like a long-term hold for me. Now maybe it is for you. Everyone's different, right? But like for me, something like that where eventually I plan to let it go. Get the gems, swap it for something else that I believe in. And so when I do that, it's not like a waste because you just got those MCP points for a whole year, right? And that's going to be huge in my opinion. I don't think it's more so, everyone's going to FOMO into the market on MCP stuff like cheap comics, etc., cheap full sets once that MCP article is announced. But here's the thing, guys. I truly believe that as people FOMO into it, they think like, oh, it's going to make up for time. Like, I think they're building the MCP program to kind of reward collectors and not just so a rich person can come to the app, spend, $5 million and I'm a master collector, right? It's like, I'm sure at some point, money is going to be a huge factor in it, but they're trying to make sure that the collectors are rewarded. So that's why the daily recurring points, I think, is going to be the biggest key. You get 100 bonus points just for completing a new set, which is amazing. But now think of those sets that are like filled with the secret rares, right? Like the poster set that I grabbed. Those are like 5 or 6 secret rares. So that's like 30 or 40 MCP points every single day. So same with the comics, right? Anything that gives you good MCP points, it's about holding on to that every single day, in my opinion, for a long period of time. Because, okay, you come to the app, someone spends like $1 million or whatever, but you're getting only those points for that day. If you hold on to it for 2 days, 3 days, etc., that's great. But you're going to have people that have been holding on to collections for over a year. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. And so that's why my collection's not based all on MCP points, of course, but it's not neglecting MCP either. So have a little bit of a combination of both. Mubarak, shout out to you, brother. I'm not going for this drop either, my man. Glad to see you on the chat. And you're not going for the drop either. You just tuned in. Get some good energy in the morning. Shout out to my guy, Mubarak. I've also been thinking about maybe I do a little VeVe daily show. Shout out to my guy, Pat McAfee. If you guys don't know Pat McAfee, he's kind of been like the ESPN on YouTube, essentially. He's a former NFL player. He comes on, he has a show, the Pat McAfee Show, with his buddy AJ Hawk, who's also a former NFL player. And they've been doing like a live show on YouTube for the past couple years now only. And I was blessed. Shout out to Pat McAfee. He played my song In My Prime. And, that was just an amazing, amazing experience. Seeing him play a few different times too. And that show's on the radio. So like my song was on the radio for a moment. They were vibing with it. They probably saw snippets on my YouTube channel. But like that show right there has inspired me and kind of I've learned a lot from just doing these YouTube shows from those shows. And I feel like doing a daily VeVe show every single day, drop or no drop. Imagine doing that for a full year, right? That could be crazy. So I've been thinking about, which way I want to take this. And so that's definitely one route. It'd be definitely a commitment. But even not every show has to be like 2 hours. Some days that there's not a live show or a drop, maybe I just come on for like, 20, 30 minutes, right? So I've been thinking about doing like a VeVe daily show, not just like a drop show type thing. Yeah, I heard only bad things about the new one, the Jurassic Park. Yeah, I agree. There was, I would say from all the hate it got, it probably doesn't deserve that much hate, but I don't think it was their best movie by far. Yeah. Just my opinion. I kind of feel the same way, Mubarak. I'm cool. I'm completely cool with grabbing an FA Buzz Lightyear common. If it dips down to say $30, that'd be a steal, half off, in my opinion. Man, I do think the Ultra Rare has a possibility to be animated. I kind of just wanted to be animated so I can clip it and be like, I knew it, but who knows? Who knows? Exactly, yeah. A lot of people who saw it weren't excited. Ooh, everybody says the Thor movie was good. Appreciate you, dude. Dudes, drop a like for our boy JD. Like the channel. Get blessed with a VeVe drop when you go for the drop. Some of that superstar juju, as superstar money would call it. Shout out to those guys over there. Yeah, dudes, a lot of drops have been a gamble, especially in a down market. I think in a down market, you have to be really disciplined and really kind of determine, even if it's a big collectible, right? Like, FA Buzz Lightyear in your head. In my head, I think that's a pretty big deal. Probably wouldn't go on to retail most of the time, but we're in a down market right now. It's not the best time to be, spending money, investing economically, around the world. But also, I feel like, not financial advice, that's when a lot of money is made too in down markets. So I feel like really just depends how long you can hold. So shout out to DB. How we doing? Surprised you're still up, DB. Appreciate you for tuning in still. Wow, Invisible Friends Twitter, 400K. Going for the 10-second gate today. Wow, I really hope you get the ultra rare, my man. Market closing has me thinking the ultra rare is actually animated. Oh, could you imagine, guys? I think somebody brought it up on the website too, and they didn't see it animated. So I wonder if they kind of like brought that back, because sometimes you can get a little sneak peek. Market's closed. Do you guys think that could be it? They closed it because ultra rare is coming out animated. Visible Friends thinks Todd is greater than Vader. Todd equals having mad faith in VeVe. Yeah, I agree. And that's why I love Todd too, because it's like, if you believe in VeVe, I think you should believe in Todd. But I think you are right, dudes. I've always said too, in the short term, it could be Vader just because of the fandom of Star Wars. But I think that dynamic sort of going to like change as VeVe grows, like another couple years. It's going to be like, you have a Todd McFarlane Batman, because you got to think, right? This, where we're at right now, is still before like a huge marketing wave from the big IP brands, Disney, the Marvel, the Pixar, the DC, like the Star Wars individual accounts. Like, imagine when all that happens, and then a couple years go by, and VeVe is the household name. VeVe is the Amazon of digital collectibles. Then having that first VeVe NFT on top of the first DC NFT, top of the first appearance of Batman, like Todd's like a triple crown winner in my opinion. It's a long race though. That's the way you got to look at it. But Vader is crazy, and it's an animated one too. Like, as a Star Wars, I'm not a Star Wars, huge hardcore fan. It's grown on me because of VeVe, but like, I didn't grow up loving it like some people have. I feel like I would be disrespecting the fandom if I said I did. So can you only imagine the way they would see the animated Vader? Haven't seen the market closed in a while. Remember, we're still early. Fun under the sun. Appreciate you big time. Need OGs to keep saying that, because it's like a running joke, but it's the truth though. So yeah. How many sets am I sitting on? What am I sitting? Like 56 right now? 57? 57 sets. Got up to like 65, I think, is the most I've had. But then I had a lot of sets I didn't love, like random sets, maybe decon sets, artist sets that I wasn't into. So I don't have all the gems to where I can just keep adding in, 1,000 gems to pick up everything I wanted. So, and I've always said I kind of want to float around that 55, 50 set mark. Right now I'm kind of floating around that 60, 55 set mark, but I don't want to dip below 50 sets. I've always said I don't want to sell all my sets like right away, because I'd be ruining all those MCP points every day. So I've been kind of letting go one set at a time type thing, or like one collectible in a set at a time, to where I'll still maintain that 55, close to 60 set range. But I'm like gradually getting my collection to where I have like everything that I absolutely love. It's pretty much there right now. Like, I just have a couple like loose ends to kind of fill. Like a Toby, and I don't want to, FUD this one, because I do plan to flip it, like I said. And I think stuff like Toby, to where we don't really see value in right now, could have value down the line, right? Maybe, Gary Baseman, they reward airdrops to the holders. That's a crazy utility or crazy collectible. Maybe they add utility where you get to an event. Who knows what they can add? And they can add unlimited ideas to the artist collectibles. And those will be some of the first interoperable ones too. So I mean, it's definitely gonna have its time. But like for me, like I want it to do well for everyone who's holding it. It's just I don't love that set, so I do plan to let stuff like that go. Like I'd probably swap that one for like the Boba Fett set or something like that I see a little bit more value in. I hope some people in the chat go for this drop, get the ultra rare, and then you guys find out that it's animated. I'll lose my mind. Yeah, good idea, dudes. Lightsaber set is cheap. I only have the two like iconic lightsabers right now, the Yoda and the Luke Skywalker. I'm okay with holding those, but I think the lightsabers will do pretty well. Ooh, K Walker. Okay, you didn't finish your KYC still. Interesting. Okay, K Walker. Hopefully you're able to finish that KYC as soon as possible. Because, like you said, you won't be able to go for drops or the market or whatever the case is. So, 44. Let's give it to Invisible Friends. Let's go, my guy. Wow. Okay, same for Dubes. Dubes wants me to go for it. Yeah, so portfolio, let me explain the dynamics real quick about this. So once the MCP is rolled out, the Master Collector Program is actually rolled out, that's when it's going to begin. So at that point, that's when we're going to be rewarded with all of our retroactive points. And then at that point, it's every 6 months. So it's not like 6 months have already gone by for everybody. The Master Collector Program's still not even here. So don't feel like your 6 months is going to be gone before it even starts, you know? Oh, we all saw that deleted tweet, right? NFT Savage. Yeah, I may clip it with your comment. We'll see whichever. I'll try to find the one that I said it with your comment up, dudes. Could you imagine if it is animated? I don't think anyone's ever talked about that yet. It's something that I peeked right away. It was kind of on the live stream too. I was thinking about last night. I was like, are they gonna surprise us with an animated Buzz? But that was like, maybe not. I don't want to hype it up, you know. But then I was reading it on the live, and I was literally reading it. I was like, ready for anything. That kind of caught my attention. I was like, that seems like a clue. Are we ready for anything? Buzz Lightyear springs into action. So springs got me thinking, like, could it be like an animated, like springing out? Maybe not, because it looks like that's just how the collectible is kind of posed. So it could just be kind of like flying through the air. But then this word, dynamic, springs into action in his dynamic 3D full color figure. I don't think they would have used dynamic if it wasn't animated. But we shall find out. 11 minutes to go. Localization and VeVe to the moon. Yes, it will, because it will prevent money laundering and be low compliant. Yeah, see, that's the thing too, right? I feel like if you guys don't know, let me try to find this tweet. So I gave him a follow. They got 15,000 followers. The crypto stack for the new economy. They tweeted something out and it got deleted. And I don't have the image offhand, the tweet, but I think this might be like the payment system that they're using. So we shall find out. Ah, okay, good to know. NFT Savage, I could see it. Passing on this drop, Shago. Oh, okay, Shago. Good to know. Good to know. No, that's gonna be a big one, Dubes. I think that will come a time where that's a big deal. I think all those lightsabers are gonna be good. I'm disappointed. This could, it made sense to me. This could kind of fit their line with kind of like their vision of under promising, over delivering, right? I don't want to hype it up and say it is animated because it would go against that, but you never know what could happen. Got Punch in the building. Top of the morning, JD and VeVe. Family watching from large screen. JD is going to be real famous soon. Let's go. My God, Punch. Appreciate you big time, brother. Trying to make things happen. All is ridiculous. Imagine Buzz interacts with Woody. Wow, that would go crazy in the market. Didn't think about this one. Wow, didn't realize this. Could we have something here, folks? Could we have a little something, something? Common and the rare add up to the Woody editions. Oh, could they interact? Could you have? Wow, could you imagine? This is speculation right here, right? This is speculation, but this would be wild. This would be funny if this happened. You know how Woody has the string in the back, right? See this pose? What if you put it by the string and like it grabs the string and then Woody animates? That's a long shot. I kind of doubt that's gonna happen, but just think it's pretty funny. I just saw that. I was like, wow, could you imagine? Oh, good to know, dude. See, I don't know all the kind of the details in all the Star Wars movies. Good to know. Good to know. Silver Surfer, the way to do it, or just a flat out single animated like Remo's best. I agree. Super Rush. I think Silver Surfer is actually a good one. I think it's kind of undervalued right now, in my opinion, especially because I think that's the only Marvel NFT besides a Marvel Mighty that has a single pose. I could be wrong on that, but someone mentioned that to me on the live stream the other day, and I looked through, and I'm pretty sure they're right about that. But even with that being said, it's still under retail. But again, that's because it's the Silver Surfer, which is a pretty big name, big IP. It's got like a cult like following, but I would say it's not like top tier. Man, what do you guys think? Is this gonna be animated or what? D. Ramos, dynamic means energetic, capable of action and or change, forceful, while static means stationary or fixed. Yep, absolutely. It's like static stretches or dynamic stretches. Dynamic stretches are always stretches that are gonna be like moving while you're stretching. Static stretches are gonna be ones that like you're not moving at all, stationary. So that's why I said when I saw dynamic, I was like, could it be? Everyone thinks AF15 is dropping soon. NFT Savage. That's kind of why I think too the market's kind of bleeding out a little bit. Combination of economy not doing great right now too, but I think that speculation could be the reason why we see things continue to dip. Because I think everyone's trying to gear up for that. 9. Good to know though. Shout out to him. I mean, I don't think it's going to start that low, but I think it could end that low possibly. Really depends on what drops next. I think it really depends on what drops next. Maybe I think it's going to start out higher than that. Of course. This is done. I missed something. Wasn't Buzz that face supposed to be excited? Yeah. So I think that just the overall sentiment in the community is just still pretty low. Invisible Friends. Yeah, market closed. Been a while since I saw that. Same Super Rush. It's got everyone thinking maybe this is going to come out animated. Maybe that is why they closed the market. I don't know how that affects it or anything, so I'm really not sure on that. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens there. I think I am going to be passive on this drop and hoping just to grab a common under retail. Buzz close, market closed, so Buzz can fly in app. I hope that's the reason. That's hilarious. 5 minutes left to the drop. It could be. If it is, I'm gonna go crazy, guys. Kind of one thing that I want to do real quick. I said I was gonna do it earlier, but I kind of want to do it right now. I didn't get to it earlier. Again, if you guys ever want a little shout out or anything like that, go on VeVe or go on Twitter, post like a little comic or not a comic, a showroom picture or anything. Because I like to search hashtag VeVe and then go to the latest tweets and kind of just see what people are talking about. And that's where I'll retweet a lot of people. Me watching the Buzz drop from the sidelines on VeVe, not my Buzz. Oh, unboxing. People, I think there will come a time too where we start to see like blind boxes, like an opening effect. This is awesome. Like all-star of a bunch of awesome pictures on the feed. Shout out to TE. Let's give him a follow. New all-stars VeVe. I love what this person is doing. He's got it in VR too. Wow. Shout out to this person. This is amazing. He's taking like the best pictures on the feed and kind of making like a little slideshow. And that is awesome. Shout out to this person. Travel legend. Go follow this person, guys. Show him some love. He's got a YouTube channel. Let's see what his YouTube channel is, huh? I didn't realize this person had a YouTube channel. Let's go. 5th subscriber. This could be a low-key gem. TO1 Travel Legend. This is amazing stuff, actually. I don't know if that's copyright free or not. May not be monetized today. That's awesome, though. Shout out to this person. That's a cool idea right there. Market is closed. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that. Kika VeVe. Awesome person in the community. Always making great VeVe content on Instagram and Twitter. 2 minutes left to the drop. People are calling from VeVe to bring the bots back. That's hilarious. Gale's the ultimate troll. He's hilarious. Buzzlight won't sell out. If it was original, then yes. That's another thing too. People really wanted the OG Buzzlight. I've noticed. When anime, that's gonna go crazy. Like that's the other thing too, guys. Is like they're digitizing decades worth of content. It's gonna get to a point where we want it all, but most of us won't be able to get it all. You know. A little giveaway too for a physical Superman. Let's go, VeVe Meister. They have a YouTube channel. 1 minute 50 seconds to the drop. Yeah, they got a YouTube channel too. All right. 498. Another VeVe content creator. 499 sub. Let's go. Kind of like the market being closed. Why is that Super Rush? Let's go. Superstar money in the house. My gosh. Not my buzz. Are you guys going for this drop? We got a minute left. And Superstar money. Do you think the ultra rare is going to be animated today? Appreciate you, DB. Think I'm passing on this drop, guys. 55 seconds. I'll still drink the coffee, though. Shout out to my coffee gators. Oh, that's actually a good point. Invisible Friends 420 or 400K. I think they pretty much know this is not going to sell out, so they close the market on purpose because when the market's open, people can see what they are going for in secondary. Very true. I feel like it's when the market's open, they could come out extremely, extremely cheap right away. Green Goblin, how we doing, brother? Kurosemi, I think you're probably passing on too, guys. 15 seconds. Again, the buy now pops up right under the comments and the like. That little section right there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. I want to check to see if this is animated. If this is animated, it's going to be wild. It's going to go crazy if it's animated. All right, it's not animated. I would have been disappointed, actually. I would have been like, no, I should have went for it. Man, I really thought this could have been animated. Maybe I thought like the shield might pop up or something. The detail does look really good on this, though. I'm going to see if it's sold out. Nope. Still available. Still available. This will be the first time the FA Buzz won't be as valuable as the Toy Buzz that comes out eventually. It's actually a good point there, Bones B. If we do see the original OG Buzz, which we probably will one day, that I think will be pretty valuable. You buying JD? I'm going to wait into the market to grab like a common, and I'm just going to be fine with a common Buzz. They should keep the market closed until AF15. Yeah, don't think it's animated, not going for it. Smart move, Superstar. Now my Buzz, shout out to my guy, VeVe Vibes in the house. You vibing today or what? Did you skip the drop, brother? You probably skipped, right? Missed opportunity, wanted to push the button, have the wings extend. Yeah. Superstar, I feel like, Buzz is an awesome collectible. Like, I was hyped for Buzz. Buzz is probably one of my favorite. It is definitely my favorite Pixar character. Big fan of Toy Story growing up. Would have loved to have like a animated Buzz Lightyear next to the Woody. But again, this is the newer movie one, so maybe they kind of revert back. Series 2 is the OG suit. It's like the OG Buzz. It'll be interesting because that's not the FA, right? And they could do that to try to like gauge the community, because a lot of this stuff is like kind of test and trial too. So what if they're playing games, right? Like trying to see what the community values. I think they probably value the non-FA, to be honest. And that goes into the debate. Popularity, scarcity, right? Could this FA Buzz with 2022 editions end up being less valuable than, say, a 5,000 edition OG Buzz, not anime? Even if it's not animated, I think the OG Buzz is the one people want. Geo send this one out. Did anyone get the ultra rare? I'm getting closer to coming back. Vibes knows. I got a 60 gem profit by skipping. Broke even on the drop. Yeah. Good night, DB. Appreciate you big time for tuning in, even not going for the drop. I feel like a lot of people just tuned in today, not go for the drop. My alien crew. Should we alien raid a stream before I go to sleep, though? Should we? Is anyone streaming right now? I was going to make this a quick live stream today and kind of sign off. I don't really feel too well. Like I said, I woke up with a sore throat yesterday and today. Yesterday kind of got better, but today it's kind of lingering a little bit. Room, JT. Wow. Huge, Geo. Yeah, that's a big one right there. Only 88 above floor. I think Superman's low right now, too, to be honest. Because, like, when I think of big-time stuff, like, I always think, like, we may be biased, too, because we've been in the app for so long. We've seen everything in the app. I try to put myself in a position of, like, a new person coming to the app for the first time. I try to put myself in the shoes of coming to the app for the first time with money and kind of, like, without money. What would I focus on? Yeah, I've been taking a lot of vitamin C the last few days, and zinc, too. Taps and Vault are live. Let's go. Are they on the same live together or like two separate channels? feel like we did Vault recently. I haven't done taps in a long time. Let's do taps today. Especially because I feel like Vault streams every drop. So taps may not be here every drop. Head on over to Taps' YouTube channel right now and put a bunch of alien emojis in his live stream.
September 15th. Ethereum could probably go over $2,000 again. Could go maybe up to like $2,500. And then if you chose to sell that week of or leading up,
head on over to Taps Trades YouTube channel. Give it a like and put a bunch of alien emojis in the live stream. The aliens are here. The UFO is raiding Taps right now.
to it. Once the news drops, oh, we're here, it could go up a little bit more, but then it could drop following because there's going to need to be a lot of build in order for Ethereum to really reach its full potential.
I'm going to go on my phone to do it.
Having faster TPS and get to this sustainability mark to be proof of stake, to have all that effective with ETH 2.0. It's not necessarily it's here. Everything's cheaper on Ethereum. It has 100,000 TPS transactions per second. It doesn't have
TB in the live stream.
I do think it'll be a buy there still news, but with 1 million only happening until September, October. I'm hoping by September we have the OEP article. I'm hoping we have OMI utility. I'm hoping we have some.
It's just DB.
What's happening there?
It's hilarious.
That's my 2 cents there. I really want to get at least 700K OMI for 1K. I think that's a good point. Juice, you could have listed in the markets. Check and save $60.
Yeah, that's a steal for OMI right now.
Is it already? In the market listed? Good vibes. What is up, Energy?
Superstar.
Do you think you will go back to prices from beginning of this year? Not until the next bull market, not Jim Polony. And the reason why is because we did have heavy activity, and that did fluff up the price.
Super Rush, let's go.
Supply and demand. Right, they were gaining a lot on the drops, and so you had to spend a premium, and there was so much positive sentiment that people were spending crazy amounts back in January and February. So I think it will go back to there.
Some good insights from Taps.
2024, maybe 2025. Do you hold OMI? I hold, that's actually my largest holding by far.
Let's go.
Johnny Dunn in the house. Oh, we're getting invaded. We're getting invaded from Johnny Dunn and the Johnny Dunn fam. What is up, Johnny?
Let's go.
Did you go for it, Johnny? Let me know. He's hitting us with the aliens. Bro, I remember when you had 3K subscribers. I remember when I had 300 subscribers. I remember when I hit 100 subscribers. I went to my buddy's house. I was ecstatic. I couldn't believe it. It happened after my first 2 vids, which were stock vids, actually. And then I did an OMI vid, and I remember it just went insane. Like, hit 300 subs, it hit 1,000 subs. I was absolutely awestruck, and now we're here today, right? And it's just awesome that some of you are still here supporting.
Guys, use what Taps just said as motivation.
Part of it,
he remembers when he had 100 subscribers, and look at Taps now. What's he at? Like 20K? He said 20K.
I'm just so happy.
If you guys have been tuned in for a while,
even though the sentiment's down,
and you've been thinking about making VeVe content, start now. Start yesterday. Just talk about stuff that you've learned, you like, enjoy. People will rock with it.
Because I love Buzzlight.
And you never know what it can turn into, right?
Because I love Buzzlight and CEO is able to participate in the drop and get the ultra rare if I can. I'm happy that you're able to hit it, Juice. I'm happy that you love Buzzlight and that you got the ultra rare. We're getting invaded. December Bitcoin.
Yeah, he's really gonna get invaded right now.
All the aliens.
He says all these guys, and it brings up December's.
Stars, Super Rush, boom, Green Goblin. We're getting invaded, folks. Thanks for invading everyone. December Bitcoin, Star Money, Johnny Dunn, Super Rush. Thank you.
What is it, guy? What is this guy's channel? Oh, it's Taps. Yep, it's Taps Trades.
I did too. No problem. We are on the same page, Johnny Dunn. If there is any, and this will go invader. Boom, December Bitcoin. Super Rush, high Taps. What is going on? December Bitcoin.
I think the market's gonna, take 30 minutes to open back up.
That's what I am thinking. Thanks, John Apollonie. No problem.
So I'm probably gonna sign off. It's still available too, so it'll probably be under retail.
And I do hope it happens this month.
But you guys can stay on Taps Trades until maybe the market opens. I'm not sure how long he's staying on for, but I'm gonna be signing off. I do think the common's gonna be under retail. I don't think it's gonna be $9 just yet. It could get there eventually. It really just depends on what drops in the future. I'm thinking it might be like close to retail, maybe like 40, maybe dips down to like 30, 25 type thing. The rare will probably be closer to retail, maybe just a tad above, maybe dip slightly below. Ultra rare, I definitely don't see it going below retail. I think the ultra rare will stay probably a couple hundred, maybe dip to like 150, maybe even lower than 150, maybe like gets down to like 100, 120. But I definitely will be peeping the market once it opens. But appreciate you guys big time for tuning in today. Nice little live stream. Check out my recent tweet, JD. Definitely will Kurosemi. Did you tag me in it or no? You just posted it. Let me just look at it real quick. Wow. This is huge. This is worthy to bring it up right now. On the let me just type in Kurosemi. Wow, this is wild, dude. So awesome, man. Congrats on this. This is big time. Kurosemi. Hope I always say that right, brother. By the way. Despite living in the UK, I managed to work out a deal with user Mando9 to have this glorious piece of VeVe history sent to me. VeVe has changed my life in many ways for the better. And this grail personally means so much to me. See you at DCon. Wow. This is amazing. Yeah. Awesome, man. So sweet you're able to work that out. So you got the VeVe logo digitally and you got the card too that came with it physically. That's amazing. That's awesome they did that. That's worth it. That is awesome, man. That is awesome to see. Something special came through. Yeah. That's awesome. That's going to grow with VeVe, right? I mean, if you believe that VeVe is going to be here kind of like what I do, like decades from now, just think about it. And some people will be like, it's not going to be here for decades, but think about it. VeVe is digitizing decades worth of content from the biggest brands in the world. It's going to happen. They're not just going to do things with the biggest brands in the world for a year or 2 years and then be like, all right, we're done. You know, like this is going to be a phenomenon, a world shifting culture phenomena, I believe, to where like a few years from now, digital collecting will be the norm. So appreciate you guys big time for tuning in today. Had a lot of fun with y'all. I will be taking some vitamin C, as my guy Dubes always says. I think he said it in here, right? Earlier on. Take some vitamin C. Definitely. I got to take some, definitely got to get the nutrition up, but appreciate you guys big time. I will be signing out and be on the lookout. We do have a comic dropping tomorrow, I think, or sometime soon, but be on the lookout for new announcements, new drops, because I think next week could be big. You know, who knows? I think next week will be the first ever anniversary of the first NFT Spider-Man, first ever Marvel NFT. So that's something to look forward to. Till then, I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.